Okay, next up we have Martin Truex Jr., and he drives the number 56 Napa Auto Parts for Michael Waltrip Racing. He currently has one of the wild card spots. He's 14th in points, but he does have a win, and he got the win, obviously, at Sonoma, the last road course that we were on. So, Martin, talk about your prospects for trying to win here this weekend at Watkins Glen.
Well, definitely excited to be here, obviously, with what we did at Sonoma. Road courses generally are ones that I always look forward to. And generally, I've always felt better coming here than I did at Sonoma. So definitely optimistic about the weekend and what we can do. And love racing up here. It's a lot of fun. This racetrack is really unique and totally different than Sonoma, but a lot of fun to drive on, a lot of fun to race on, and looking forward to having a great weekend up here.
Questions now for Martin. We'll take some. If you have one, raise your hand. Start right here with this gentleman to the left.
You've been coming up here pretty much as long as you've been racing. Just why do you think people keep coming out year after year and you don't see big drop-offs like you do at other places?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, obviously a lot of great race fans up in this area, and Pocono's pretty close to here, but I think for the most part, this is a huge event up in this part of the country each and every year, and I think there's a lot of passionate road course racing fans up in this area, and they come out to watch. So I think we're definitely lucky and fortunate to be able to come to this racetrack every year. It's a great place to race. It really fits our cars well, I think, and it's one again that I really enjoy, and been coming here a long time, like you said, have a lot of history here, and coming watching races here before I ever raced here for a long time. So it's always neat to come here, and I can remember looking through the garage and seeing the Cup guys over there in the garage, thinking that it was pretty cool. I was even able to watch them and see their cars. So to be here today and to be racing here again this year is definitely a big thing for me, and it's really cool.
Go ahead to the right, Bob.
Bob Hocker, Sporting News. Obviously, Tony was one of your main competitors for Chase Spot, and he's going to be out for a while. How long after you hear news of what happened to him does it take for you to go from concern for him to kind of realization that it does help, could help you make the chase?
Honestly, when I first heard about it, I really didn't even think about the chase stuff. I've really not been focused on points or all that stuff. I mean, there's still a lot of racing to go. I think my first thought was just that, it obviously was a bad break for Tony. You hate to see somebody out there just trying to have fun and do what he loves to do, get hurt and have it sacrifice his real job or his main focus, which is obviously a Sprint Cup car. So I honestly didn't really think about it at first. I just was thinking, what he was thinking, and just kind of felt bad for him. So obviously there's some implications there as far as, he's got one of the wild card spots, and I'm not even sure, to be honest, how it all works out. I mean, if he comes back in a couple weeks, is he still able to get it? I don't know. So I hadn't really thought about it much, to be honest with you. We've got a lot of races to go. There's a lot of guys around us that can still win a race on any given weekend, and we just need to worry about our own deal and focus on trying to get another win and be consistent enough, hopefully, to get back in that top 10.
Let's go right here with Lee.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Have you talked to your little brother at all about making his Cup debut at Bristol? Because it was like Finch said, you might as well just throw him to the wolves. And, of
Yeah.
course, if you're going to make your debut, that's an interesting place to do it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think that he'll do a good job. I think he's definitely excited about it. I don't think he realizes yet just how difficult it's going to be. We have talked about it a bit, and I'm sure we will a lot more in detail as it gets closer. But it's good to see him get an opportunity like that. Obviously, he's had a bit of a rough go at it the last 2 years or so, and he's obviously performed well and has a lot of talent, and I feel like he can do the job. Now, not being in a race car for quite a while and going to Bristol, it's going to be difficult, but we'll talk about it a lot, and I know he's really excited about it. So it's kind of like I'm not really sure he knows what he's getting himself into, but there's other guys out there that I see doing the same thing and racing out there, people he's raced with, people he's been able to be competitive with before, and so I don't see it being a big issue. But it's going to be a bit of an eye opener when they drop the green in practice and all the cars are out there with him.
And a quick follow-up, Jeff Gordon mentioned how far MWR has come with the road course program. Can you address that since you've been there longer than Glenn?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, when I first came there, Marcus was there, Ambrose, and he really helped them elevate that program. They spent a lot of time testing different things, and road racers kind of have a different mentality when it comes to tuning on the car and the little things that you need to work on, transmission things and brake stuff, and he definitely really led us in the right direction without a doubt. And as soon as I came there, Sonoma had never been a really good track for me. As soon as I went to MWR, right off the bat, I think the first year we were really fast. We ran up front. We led some laps. I mean, it's, of course we won there this year, but my numbers at Sonoma were terrible as far as finishes go. But since I've been at Michael Waltrip Racing, we've always been really, really fast there. Same thing here. I've always had a good record here, but I definitely feel like I've been more competitive, had more speed and I've been at MWR. So I don't know exactly what it is. It's just our cars always seem to work well on road courses. We don't really put any extra emphasis on it compared to short tracks or flat tracks or road course or speedways or anything like that. It's just that I think you come back to these places year after year, and a lot of the same things still work. A lot of the same ideas. You still approach it the same way. It doesn't change quite as much as intermediate track setups and things like that. So we've just got a good package that's been working good for a few years, and we just kind of keep refining that and fine tuning on it.
Let's go to Woody. Raise your hand, please, Woody.
Woody Kane, Motor Racing Network. Just want to look ahead to Michigan next week. Speeds have been way up. Do you feel like that track is getting more of its old personality back now after the repave, and just your prospects for that track?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. It seems like the tracks that have the newer style pavement on them, like Michigan, Kansas, that was just redone. Even going to Charlotte, it was paved in like 07, and it really hasn't changed that much. So it's really hard to say what it's going to do. Hopefully sometime in the near future it'll get back to the old Michigan where you could run all over it and, it gets really slick and it wears the tires out. I'm not sure it's quite ready to do that yet, but it seems like, even the first race this year, there was definitely more racing room on it than there was last year. It didn't take as long throughout the weekend for the track to come in, and so I think it's definitely getting some age to it. Some of that oil's getting up out of it, and hopefully this time around the groove will be even wider than it was last time, and we can put on some great racing.
Other questions for Martin? All the way in the back.
Aaron McLaren with YNN Syracuse. Martin, we've had a pretty wet summer here in central New York, but it seems like we've had weather issues for the race the last few years. Is there another place during the year that you guys seem to have as much weather issues as we do here at Watkins Glen, unfortunately?
Yeah, Pocono last weekend. Seems like every time we go here or Pocono, it rains at some point during the weekend, at least once. It's frustrating because you get up in the morning and you're like, you get in your race mode or practice mode, and you're like thinking about, okay, I want to get on the racetrack. This is how my day is going to be, and then all of a sudden, it starts to rain and it kind of throws you off. So you have to change all your plans. And I just hope we're able to get practice in today. Obviously, we're only supposed to qualify tomorrow, but I do think we'll have plenty of time if we can't get in today, which it looks like it's clearing up. So we should be fine. But definitely a place you want to get some practice in and work through the things on the car you want to work on. And we've certainly got some things we want to try. And these are road courses are places where you need to get in that rhythm. And if you don't get enough practice, sometimes it can be hard to do that. So hopefully we'll get some today.